Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. I slept last night, so this is probably going to be a little bit fire. When I get a good night's sleep, I'm definitely coming at you in a very different energy. Hello, everyone who's joining me. Bella Michael Official. Hello. And I have Kay from the Art Sob and D chasing Om. If I ever show up at 11:11 as promised, take my temperature, call 911 and send them to my house, because something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong if I am on time. Because I swear, look, even if I'm not with you at 11:11, I'm thinking of you. You are in my heart. I'm probably looking at my phone and being like, oh shit, I was at 11:11 already. Put your hair in a ponytail, brush out that hair, wash your face, girl. All right, so I'm here with you though, and I'm so happy. I love Mondays for so many reasons. I love them because they're the promise of a fresh start. I get to get back to work, which is my favorite thing to do. Is that sad? I get to talk to you all. But I guess first, for people who are joining for the first time, I have to introduce myself or remind you who I am, just in case you don't know. My name is Rebekah Borucki. I am a mother of 5 children. 5 human beings passed through me. I'm an author of books for big and little readers. I am working on my 6th book right now, which is my 3rd children's book of the Zara's Big Messy series. I'm an indie publisher, and I'm the founder of a nonprofit that gives lots of opportunities for learning emotional literacy, receiving free books and assemblies to children in districts that just get ignored, honestly. Or they get ignored by like people like the federal government, local municipalities that don't ignore the schools that have parents of children that are making more money. Thank you for saying congrats on my books. So here we are today. I'm going to talk about lessons that I learned from dead people, which sounds ridiculous, but it's true. For those of you who've been following me for a long time, you know that I lost my mother and the father that raised me both in 2013, 7 months apart. What a lot of you don't know is that right before that, I lost my stepfather, Mark. His name was Mark. The father who raised me was named Gary. My mother's name was Anne. And then right after I lost Gary and Anne in 2013, I lost my biological father, who I did not have a relationship with, but it was a lost opportunity for me. It was a lost opportunity, or so I thought it was a lost opportunity. And, you know, this ties in a lot with my work. What I have going on right now, and I hope that you all take advantage of, sign up for, the links are going to be in the video description. If you're watching this on replay, on YouTube or IGTV, you're going to find those links in the replay. I have, or if you're watching right now and you just want to be like, I'm sick of you, I'm just going to skip on out and get to your link tree, you could go to my BEXLIFE bio and see I have an aspiring author webinar that's happening tomorrow. It's a 90-minute webinar. It's $21. All proceeds go to my foundation, the Wheat Penny Press Little Readers Big Change Initiative. I do not draw a salary from that. Not saying it's wrong if you do, if you have a nonprofit. I'm saying I don't. So 100% of the funds go to getting free books, assemblies, and programs to these sparkly, amazing children, mostly brown and black children. Yeah. So all the proceeds go to that from the Aspiring Authors webinar. It's going to be good. It is not a sales webinar, so you're going to leave with information. It is a teaching webinar. It will also be Q&A with me. And another thing that I'm doing right now is my Block to Book coaching program, group coaching. It is the last one I'm going to be doing until late spring 2021. Honestly, because it takes a lot of energy and I have a lot of other big stuff going on that you're going to find out about very, very soon. But yeah, so my Block to Book, it's like if you are someone who's ever dreams of writing a book, if you have a story in you that you want to get out, it doesn't matter if you want to self-publish, traditionally publish, we cover all of that. It doesn't matter if you just want to tell the story for yourself, just as catharsis, just as self-therapy, just as an act of self-love. I can help you get that story out. I am a damn good coach. I feel really solid. I talked yesterday about having like some issues with self-love, which is real. And I know a lot of you struggle with that too. And I have some work to do in that department, but I do not have any issues with self-esteem. I know I'm a damn good coach. So I would love to see you in one of those programs. The webinar is $21. The program is more. I give a 50% discount to Black and brown women. Full spectrum meaning of woman. So trans women, please, 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 it will be a safe place for you. Come on in. But yeah, 50% discount. You just have to hit me up for the code. There's no qualifier other than you are a Black and brown woman, and I believe that you deserve some extra love and nourishment. So I'm willing to do that for my sisters. So the lessons I learned bleed into that work, because I'll tell you, when I lost my mother and my father, I grew up below the poverty line, as did the father who raised me. What does living below the poverty line look like? It looks like food insecurity, not knowing if I'm going to have food to eat. Sometimes having really old food to eat. I have opened up my my cereal boxes in the morning, growing up, and found bugs, cockroaches. I'll never forget the time I found a half a cockroach in cereal. You know what that means. If there's half a cockroach, where's the other half? I will not forget that. We just couldn't afford an exterminator. And rice, we would get rice out and you'd find like the little worms, and we just sometimes they just boil to the top. You just skim them off and eat it. That's what it looks like. It looks like, not getting the new school clothes and wearing like the old dirty sneakers from last year. And kids pointing it out, making fun of you. Not having the right haircut. Not having the right products to take care of your hair, right? And just being singled out for that. And with that poverty, for me, came with a lot of dysfunction in my family. Not everyone that lives in poverty lives like I did, but the dysfunction, we were the poor people on the block. And because my parents had so much stuff going on, like our grass didn't get mowed. We had like the long ass grass. We had a bathtub in our front yard for like the longest time because my dad was trying to fix up our bathroom, and like he worked 7 days a week. We were working people. Like, we were what you would call the working poor. Like, my parents worked. Just couldn't get out from under the stuff that they were dealing with, the personal stuff that they were dealing with, mental illness, survivors of abuse, all that. So we had this bathtub on my front yard that turned into kind of like a play clubhouse thing that like we would play in the neighborhood kids. But yeah, we were that family, and like that's something that I'm still working through. I've written about a lot, still having this shame of being different or not being good enough or being less than, because legit, people looked at us like that. They looked at me like that. And then put on top of it that I'm like biracial. My mother had an affair and had me, and the whole town knew. I got lots to write about. First time I was called the N-word, which people were like, you, because you're so light, and you look, I'm not white to white people. So the first time I got called the N-word by a little set of triplets. They were sisters. They didn't know what they were calling me. They just knew what their parents called me. We were 5 years old. So it's like that othering has happened my whole life. And I'll tell you, when you feel so, or I'll say for me, when I felt like such an outsider and not good enough and not loved, it stifled my creative expression. I was afraid to tell my story. I was afraid to talk about my feelings, which you might be surprised by, because like now, like I'm writing my 6th book. And in my books for adults, especially the first 2, which I have right here, You Have 4 Minutes to Change Your Life, and Managing the Mother Load, like I'm talking about my life in here. I'm talking about my stuff. So it's, it blocks you. So my program is called Block to Book, because what I do is I take you from that block to writing that book, to telling your story. I see a couple of my clients are on here right now, and I'm really excited for us to start. We're starting on September 14th. I'm so excited. It's going to be good. It's going to be like therapy. It's going to be like girlfriends getting together. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. But what I saw in my parents is the same thing. I repeated a pattern. I saw, like, my mother didn't grow up in poverty, but she grew up, she was a survivor of sexual abuse, of incest, as was my father. They found each other. And she was also an artist and a poet. She was just brilliant. She was brilliant. She was beautiful. My father, it's so interesting how people find each other in this world. My father, who raised me, who, when my mother said that she had an affair and it was with a black man and I was going to be born, you know, half black, he decided to keep me. He named me Rebekah, and Lynn, after my middle name's Lynn, after his middle name. He just decided to keep me. So he was also, like I said, a survivor, an incest survivor, a sexual abuse survivor. He grew up in poverty. He was also an artist. He was an incredibly talented carpenter, woodworker. I have art from him all over my home. He was also an artist. And he wrote country music. He was from Kansas and he loved country music. After he died, we were cleaning out his drawers and we found pages and pages of songs that he wrote. His dream was to have them recorded. I found in my mother's drawers watercolor paintings, poetry, journals that nobody ever saw. What I have learned from these people after their death was that hiding yourself, there's no reason for it. They're gone. Thank goodness I rescued their work. My sisters and I still have my mother's paintings hanging on our walls because I rescued them and had them framed and gave them as gifts. I have my father's songs. But they never got to enjoy them in real life. They never got to share them and see what I get to experience, the joy of other people appreciating your work and your story. And not just enjoying it, but learning from it and being moved by it. You know, I'm working on this self-love stuff. I'm working on this self-love stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that I got to do for me and only me. But what will never go away is my desire to uplift, enlighten, teach, serve other people. I just can't have my value attached to that, but it will never go away. What I get from you all when you send me a note, like a DM, and say, I got your book and it's speaking to me, or, oh my God, I had this experience too, and thank you for opening that up for me, or thank you for sharing your story because it gave me the courage to share my own. That cannot, I mean, pay me. Pay me if you're taking one of my courses or I'm coaching you. But that is a treasure that I cannot even articulate. Oh, and by the way, since my girl Angie's on here, call me Miss Angie. I'm wearing your necklace. I haven't taken them off since you sent them to me. This one is for abundance. This one is for energetic protection. So I haven't taken them off. So nothing compares to that. And that is why my work, this coaching program I have coming up, look, it's almost sold out. I'm not trying to do a hard sell. Please sign up for it. There's 2 premium spots left. But I'm just telling you, the reason I do this work, the best work I've done of my life, is helping people to get their stories out, help them in their creative self-expression. There's nothing like liberating yourself from the shame of secrets. When your real daddy's black and you live in a segregated neighborhood and the father who's raising you is blonde hair, ice blue eyes, right? And my mom has some strong genes because my older sister's half Japanese and we both like are kind of ambiguous. But my mom was like this. I'm 5'11". She was like 5'2", Irish freckles, red hair, red straight hair. That's a hard secret to keep. That's a hard secret to keep. And I kept it for a long time. I had to keep it for a long time. And being liberated from that secret, and then all the other secrets that you just feel are not safe for you to tell, being liberated from that. And then after liberating yourself and sharing those stories, having other people benefit and grow and love you for it, oh my gosh, it's so good. The feeling is so good. What I learned from dead people is to not let your dreams die with you. One of my teachers, Wayne Dyer, said that a lot. Don't let your dreams die with you. Or don't die with your dreams inside you. Get them out. Don't die with your dreams inside of you. That's something I'm not going to do. And that's the dreams of what I make, like my books, my videos, my missions, my nonprofit. Like those are dreams that I'm getting out. But another dream of mine is for healing, is for not repeating the traumas, the mistakes of my near and far ancestors. That's another dream of mine, is to break the chains, to break the cycle. So I'm not letting that dream die either. I'm not going with that dream inside me. Luckily, I'm only 42, so I have a lot of years left on this planet, I hope, right? If all goes well, I have a lot of years left on this planet. Life is long. I have time to start brand new things. I started my own publishing imprint last year, and I'm going to see it be a huge success. I'm going to see it be a huge success. I always look to one of my mentors, Louise Hay, who founded my publisher, Hay House. And she started that when she was in her 60s. So I'm like, I'm a baby. I got so much time. But that's what I want you to know. Hey, Nancy Torres, one of my clients, and she's writing a book too. Nancy Torres, that's going to be a big success, I'm sure. I love you. So yeah, the lesson that I learned, it's not worth it to hide it. It's not worth it to hide it. You will be liberated by sharing your stories, your secrets. You will be liberated. And if all goes well, you will liberate others. It's why I write. It's why I share. I tell you all the time, this community is my medicine. That is real. This community is my medicine because I get that feedback. I get that, and like not in a codependent way, in the way that's like, we're here to be here for each other. We're here as our siblings' keeper. We are here to love each other, to love, to be loved, to learn, to teach. Going back to old school BEXLIFE, this shared purpose that we all have, to love, to be loved, to learn, to teach. That's why we're here. And that shows up in myriad ways. There's so many ways to love. There's so many ways to receive love. When we learn, it doesn't matter if we're perfect. We become teachers to our children, to our families, to our partners, to our communities. Like, learn and teach. It's like creates this cycle that just grows and grows and grows and grows and moves outward. And how we do that so often is just by telling our story. So I want to help you do that. Again, the links are in my bio at BEXLIFE. They're going to be in my video description in replay. The Aspiring Author webinar is $21. All proceeds go to the Wheat Penny Press Little Readers Big Change Initiative. All proceeds, 100% benefits the kids. If you sign up for that and you decide to go on to Block to Book, I will give you a $21 coupon. If you are a Black or Indigenous woman of color, You get a 50% off coupon. Just hit me up in my DMs. But don't wait. There's 2 premium spots left. The premium spots are for working one-on-one with me. So if you like really want to go deep and work one-on-one with me, there's 2 of those left. The group coaching is open. I love you so much, 2K, the art sob. I love you so much. You keep calling me big sis, though, and it's like, I know that I'm older than you, but you don't have to keep reminding me. But I love you, little sis. I love you, little sis. All right, I'm gonna go. Check out the art sob, too. I got a link for her. She's going through it. She is a disabled Black woman, beautiful, talented. She's got some art that you should be buying. I have her link in my bio description. You need to check her out. Throw her some dollars because I'm taller. All right. She says because I'm taller. Okay. All right. That's why I'm your big sis. I collect her art. You should be collecting her art. She is just super, super, super brilliant. In fact, I have to go buy something today. There's something I've been wanting. It's on my list. I say this 3 times. Well, first, thank you for showing up for me. It inspires and compels me to show up for you. And also lately, it's an inspiring and compelling me to show up for myself. So thank you. Self-love is the theme going forward for a little while, at least for me. I say it 3 times to affirm the truth of my gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I say it 3 times to affirm the truth of my deep, deep familial love with you. We are all children of God in this together. I love you. I love you. I love you. I will see you probably not on Wednesday. I have created a new online free community that is also going to be linked in the video description. If you've hung around this far, this place is for you. I don't want any looky-loos. I want people who are going to participate. It is going to be a very intense community. I'm leaving Facebook. I'm leaving Facebook permanently. My group of 5,000 people, like, we're going, right? And it's a new community. It's Blissed in BLISSED community.com, blissedincommunity.com. Check us out there. It's a free community. There's also an upgraded plan where you get coaching calls with me twice a month. But I urge you to get over there. All right. I love you. I will see you maybe not on Wednesday, definitely next Monday, because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in the Blissed In community. But check out those links. Sign up for my book coaching. I swear to God, it's going to change your life. I swear to God, it really is. And definitely sign up for the Aspiring Author webinar tomorrow night. It's only $21, and all proceeds go to a really good cause. I love you. See ya. Always hitting the wrong button. I'm getting the olds. I've caught the olds, folks. Here's the button.